Hello, hello. Hashtag health, wealth, life, day 34, I believe. It is the 4th. Must be. Maybe it's 35. Either way, we are consecutive for over 30. Back in the room. Okay, so welcome. And how are you getting on with yesterday's exercise? Did you see it? Take a look at it. It's 30 days of pay. How much would you pay someone to do what you've done for the last 30 days? Don't know. Today's an important one. So today, I don't know if you saw my video earlier on. It was from a raw food lunch, and it's pretty amazing. So energizing, I swear. Whether it's psychosomatic or not, who cares? That's what I say. I came out and the colours. I was in Shoreditch and Old Street Tube, and the colours around were much more vivid. Whether that was to do with what I'd eaten, what I'd drunk. I'm sure there's some arguments or some explanation that someone can give us around that. So please, if you watch this video, and there is, happy to hear, pop it in. Today, I want to share a little insight about breakfast. You know, talking about the most important meal of the day. Is it the most important meal of the day? Maybe it is. I think every meal is absolutely important. I love to eat, I love food, and I love to figure out what's best for me to get my personal best out. So to bring out my personal best. So, what does breakfast stand for? So break fast. Breaking your fast. That doesn't mean breakfast doesn't say eat before 9 a.m. meal, or the eat before 8 a.m. meal, or the eat before 10 a.m. meal. It's the breaking of the fast. So the first thing I want to talk about is when should you have your breakfast? Now there's a few schools of thought. Most of the time I use something called intermittent fasting, where you spend a period of time in a fast, maybe up to 16 hours, for example, and I may not eat breakfast, break fast. I may not break my fast until maybe midday. I will train fasted. I may use some BCAAs through that, but so it's not technically fully fasted to then. Or sometimes I don't, and I train fasted, and then I eat after I've trained. So that's one school of thought. And what I would say is a lot of people would argue, say, shouldn't train fasted, blood sugar levels are going to go too low and you won't get an optimal performance, which is a good argument. So what I do is I switch that up. I think variation is the best way. So you do that for a period of time until your body starts responding, or you feel that that's not doing the trick for you. If that's bringing the results you want, keep going with that. And when that happens, when that switch right, go back to having a breakfast. And eat breakfast, you know, however long. Some people can eat and then train half an hour after. Some people need an hour or 2 hours after they eat before they can train. That's down to what you feel. Personal response. So figure that out. If you've got to go to the gym early, just get up earlier. That's what you've got to deal with. That's the way it is, right? So, or train fasted. So and mix it up. So what should you eat? So if you're eating breakfast before, or you're having breakfast later, you're breaking your fast later. What should you eat? So there's lots of schools of thought around that. In my opinion, it's essential to have a high protein, high fat breakfast. Not too much carb. What we want is a slow release of energy. Eddie, no, not McDonald's breakfast. No way. I know that's your favorite, but nah. I would not recommend that. Virginia, good to see you. So you want a high protein, high fat breakfast. Now, why do you want to do that? So the high protein and the high fat breakfast, examples is meats and nuts. It's a very good breakfast. Got this from one of my mentors, Charles Poliquin. It's one of his staples, meat and nuts breakfast. You can, for instance, if you get some organic, lean mince, and of whatever type of mince you like, you can get turkey, you can get lamb, you can get beef, your preference again. Or sometimes something more exotic, and you can put the nuts in there with it, and you saute them all in the pan all together, so you're heating the nuts as well, and you saute that in some butter, some organic butter. Do that for 5-10 minutes, depending on how the texture and what taste you want to bring in. You can season them a little bit, whatever you like, and then serve that up, and that's your breakfast. It's 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to make, right? So it's really quick. Meat and nuts breakfast. But why do we want to do that? Or you can have any kind of meat. So personally, my favorite breakfast is lamb chops with a mixed vegetable omelette. So I put broccoli, I can put carrots, onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, any vegetables in there, and then 3-4 eggs, maybe 5 eggs sometimes. Whisk them in. pop that in, a vegetable omelette and 2 or 3 lamb chops. That's my favorite breakfast. Gives me energy for the longest period of time. I've got the happiest mood and I digest that well because I'm coming out of a fast. I'm starving, so I get stuck straight into that. My body does. So why do we want to do that? Why do we want the high protein and high fat? Because we release dopamine and acetylcholine. Doesn't matter what they are. They're neurotransmitters that are for focus, drive, and concentration. So what we want in the morning is, what do you want in the morning? Not that. What else do you want in the morning? What else do you want in the mornings? Focus, drive, and concentration, right? We all need to be ping, up and awake, and be effective to either go and hunt our prey when we met cavemen and women, or we need to get out and get busy at work, right? So we need focus, drive, and concentration. The things that drive that is dopamine and acetylcholine. They're neurotransmitters, and what stimulates the production of those in our bodies are protein and nuts, smart fats, and lean proteins. Okay, so any meat you like, the better the quality, obviously, the better, and then you can add some nuts to that. So what did I want to say about that? The other thing is that they'll have a slow release of energy into your bloodstream, so your blood sugar will rise slowly and be more sustained. So when I switch people onto this type of diet, what they say is, wow, I don't get that crash at 10 a.m. or I don't get that crash at midday. I find my energy is much better. And what we'll also find is your body fat will be much easier to control and you'll have less cravings. Now, this is the truth. If you haven't done this for a few days in a row, really try this out. It's a really important point. Getting your break fast ready. Now, I'm not saying you need to eat it before 9. I'm saying you need to break your fast with this method: meat and nuts breakfast, or if you're in a rush, I'll give you 2 other options. So, a green juice. Paul, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. So a green juice and some organic whey protein or a plant-based protein. So you can just make that as a juice. Again, that'll take you less than 10 minutes. Whiz it all up. Take that with you on the move, in the car, on the train, wherever you go. It's easy with a NutriBullet or any blender will do. So you can put all that in. Now, if you want to figure out which green juice, you can either juice the green vegetables yourself. So green vegetables, bang it all in, protein in there, bit of water, or whatever liquid you like. Don't go for too much fruit juice because it's too high sugar. Okay, we want to keep the sugars down. We want the high protein and high fats. You can chuck some avocado in there, for instance, and that'll make it more creamy, but it's also a very smart fat. And you can take that on the go. Very quick, very easy, and very good for you. Easy to digest as well. And the last one is, a third option is a green superfood shot. So you get a powdered, intense form of green vegetables. You get all the nutrients quick into your system, as pre-digested, it's worked for you, and just shot that. And you have that with a certain type of healthy coffee. Now, I'm not here to sell you any products. I'm here to give you information. So if you're interested in which green vegetables, which green supplement you want to use, and which healthy coffee option there is, I can tell you what they are. Just message me and I'll let you know what they are and how to get them. Very easy. I'm here to give you information and help you out. So what you can do very simply is juice green vegetables and take them on the move with some protein powder in there. And the third option is a green superfood shot, very quick, and then a healthy coffee. Okay, now if you do this for 30 days in a row, guaranteed you'll lose some body fat, you'll sleep better, your energy will be better, you'll be more productive, you'll get more work done, you'll have better relationships, you'll feel happier, so on and so forth. All right, so try it out. And remember, it's not the eat before 9 a.m. breakfast. That's not what breakfast is. Break fast. So you can have it before you leave the house if that's the way you function best, or you can stretch it a little bit further and maybe you can get to the office, and you can do the juice there and have your healthy coffee there. If you don't know what juice to make or healthy coffee, just message me, I'll let you know, and we can get that arranged for you. So the information is, we want to release increased dopamine and acetylcholine, which basically increase focus, drive, and concentration. And we do that by eating high protein and smart fats into our system as quickly as possible. And if we're in a real rush, we can... Nick, how are you, mate? Check through this video. I know this will interest you. And if you're in a real rush, you can use a supplement form where we can make a juice, green vegetable juice, add some protein powder, maybe add an avocado if you like that or not. You don't have to. And then making sure you get enough smart fats through the day. So we want to get a little bit more fat in there. in the morning, maybe you take a fish oil supplement in the morning. That's another thing that you could do before leaving the house. Very simple, very easy, very good for you, lowers inflammation, all the good stuff. So we want the fats and the proteins early as possible. First 30 grams of protein will go purely to detoxification. Second 30 grams will go purely to your immune system. If you're not getting more than 60 grams of protein in a day, whether it's from plants or whether it's from animal fats, then your immune system will be compromised. If you've got a cold right now, make sure you're getting enough protein through every day. Get that as early as possible. You can get that first 60 grams within the first meal, or at least in the first two. Absolutely. Or the first meal and your first snack. You need to get more, because if you're training, or if you're physical, if you're being active, or even if you're working hard at your desk job, you need that protein to repair muscle tissue and tissues around the body. It's essential. So if you're suffering from colds a lot through this winter time, then you need to, and your system is struggling, is what my brain mashed together there, then you need to get your protein up. Get your protein up. And if you don't eat too much protein as a meat, then get a really good organic supplement of protein. A whey protein is the most bioavailable to your system. But again, if you're intolerant to whey, then get a plant-based protein. There's some good ones out there now. I was actually at the raw food lunch I went to today. There was an amazing raw food protein with supplemented with BCAAs as well. So it is much higher in protein than most plant-based supplements. So anyway, all good. Try that for 30 days. Try the BreakFast, high protein, high fat, smart fats, not just crappy fats, smart fats. So fish oils, nuts, avocados, all good fats, yeah, for you. Coconut oil is another one. You can add coconut oil to your shakes, or even to your coffee. You know, that makes like a bulletproof coffee, where it prolongs the effect of the caffeine in your system, drags it out for about 2 to 3 times as long, up to 5 hours, I've heard, and or I've read. But the healthy coffee I'm recommending lasts for that long anyway. So, and we can combine that as well and do a double whammy. So do this for 30 days. Tell me how you feel. You know, I guarantee you're going to feel a little bit better, and you're going to drop a little bit of body fat, or maybe a lot. Okay, that's it. BreakFast. Keep that in mind. This is part of the exercise program of Health, Wealth, Life. Hashtag Health, Wealth, Life. Give me some thumbs up if I said something that resonated with you or helped you out, and give me a share. Help me get this message out. Share it with your friends and family. And join me again tomorrow. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Actually, I'm at an event tomorrow, so I'll probably film it out on the move. I'll be somewhere. Place your coffee order today. Amazing. Well done, Virginia. I know you're going to enjoy it. It's absolutely genius. And it's just a cut above. You're going to experience the difference, and then we can talk more about that. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, so I will see you all tomorrow. Have an amazing evening and rest of the day wherever you are in the world. I know there's a few people from around the world who catch these. And let's keep talking. Tell me what you learned today. Tell me what you just stumbled across. Tell me an insight you got. I'd love to know. Ask me any questions about what we talked about today and breakfast. So the meat and nuts breakfast. Get your focus, drive, and concentration up. That's what we want in the morning, right? And throughout the afternoon, early afternoon. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day, rest of the day and evening. And remember, happy is a skill that you can learn, and this is a better way to bring out your personal best. Now let's go get some health wealth. Let's take the world with us by sharing this message. Sharing is caring. Have an amazing evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Take great care of yourself and everyone around you. Lots of love.